So in the previous video I didn't really explain these berms very well. The piled up prunings that I mentioned and that I was going to plant a border into them. Actually, I did have some footage from when I was making it, which I never got made into time to make into a video, so I'll put that out another time as part of another video maybe, but I explained a bit better in that footage, and then I never published it. The idea is to create an environment using this wood prunings, kind of wood chips and I don't know, whatever is in there, to create a more sort of fungally receptive, fungally dominant environment, like a woodland floor, in which trees and shrubs and that kind of thing, food foresty things, will do better. I mean, somebody would be doing this with wood chips, right? We don't have wood chips. We haven't got a regular supply of them. They're not given out free here. They're a valuable commodity. They cost money. They cost about $5, pounds, euros, whatever, per cubic meter. And so that's not huge. I mean, it's not too bad, but the delivery is the problem. The delivery would cost at least as much again. You know, you'd get like 10 cubic meters for £50, whatever. And then you pay another 50 just for the delivery. So this is what I'm doing, just piling up this material to make like a kind of hedgerow, right? And the plan is in the winter to plant stuff into it, stuff that will grow readily here, that will be possibly useful as well in some way, like hazelnut, because I have some suckers that I'm going to cut off the main plant and grow. Although hazelnuts don't produce very well here because it's so dry, but hey, maybe if we, together, maybe it'll. Fig grows nice here. Fig doesn't care. There's no rain. Black locust I've mentioned. Black locust is obviously a nitrogen fixer, and although it's invasive in this part of the world, and somebody would say you're mad planting it, actually willingly planting it in your garden, but that boat sailed a long time ago, and it's a useful plant for bee browse. My neighbour's bees will be happy, and also it's great for chop and drop. And what else? I've already done it. I just couldn't wait. I've put some seeds in, some seaberry seeds here and there. And yes, I mean, seaberry can grow from seed. It'll take a long time to become an adult plant. We won't know if it's male or female till it's about 5, 6, 7 years old. But whatever, just grow. Just grow something. I'm probably going to buy some adult plants. Some not adult plants, but potted plants several years old in the winter to plant out as well. But I just thought I'd get a head start, and also I thought I'd get a head start by sticking some fig cuttings in. There's a fig cutting, and also sticking some elder cuttings. So I've already done it. I've already put some stuff in. Here's another elder cutting shoved in there, because elder and fig will grow pretty readily from semi-hardwood cuttings. So can you imagine, even if they don't take off, I'll take cuttings. I'll take hardwood cuttings in winter. They'll work. And can you imagine a nice hedge here, fencing us off from the neighbour a little bit of privacy, lots of browse for the bees, elder and the black locust in particular, and more of a woodland environment, more biomaterial becoming available for this part of the garden, and the same along here and probably all around, and just all over the garden. I want way more stuff growing on this hillside. I don't want this orchard. I don't want these rows of trees. I want stuff just randomly growing, not totally randomly, but growing a lot thicker, a lot more companion kind of planting going on here. And I mentioned black locust as well. I did stick some black locust cuttings in here and there, but I'm not very confident they'll grow. Black locust famously grows from root cuttings very well. So we have our donor plant here, which I've already chopped and dropped a little bit. Perhaps I could have put those choppings somewhere more useful, but we'll put them on my famous polyculture, and they'll help the strawberries grow next year. But let's have a look down at the roots here and see if I can find some roots to take. So I actually had to switch locations because the roots on that black locust in my by my apple tree was so deep. I was going to end up having to dig like half the apple tree up to get to them. Although maybe if I dug around a bit more, I would have found them. But I moved down into our kind of woodland down here, where there is elder and black locust aplenty. And here we are. I've just got down to the roots of this black locust. Yes, that is, I think it's root. If something else grows, we'll find out. And I'm just gonna yoink this out as long a piece as possible. Here we go. There we go. Now, I think that's from the black locust, but I am just going to, off camera, just check to make sure. You know, I'm not confident that root is coming off the black locust. I can't trace it back. So what I've done is dug a little bit deeper, and this one is definitely coming off this black locust, which has been cut, I think, in previous occasions. And what I'm going to do is cut it here and then try and pull it out as far as I can. Right, back in a sec. Well, I kind of got a couple out. They're not the best. I think they're maybe a bit thicker than they should be, maybe a bit shorter than they should be, but there's a reason black locust is invasive. And anyway, I'm just doing this as an example. I've actually got some better cuttings than this with shoots already on them, which I just haven't shown you yet. I'm saving those, but these are just kind of for fun to see if they work out. I just wanted to point out one other thing. I mean, just this woodland soil, I mean, it's just down the hill from my garden, but the soil's just so much better quality, you know. And this is what I aspire to in my hillside garden one day, maybe if I'm still alive then, you know, quality soil that's been built up by plants, you know, growth plants produce fertility, you know, and we can speed it up by planting what we want, you know, and chopping and dropping and whatnot. But you know, there's no substitute for nature. And I just buried my 2 root cuttings. I'm going to find them. I'm going to go up there and just put them in the soil, just for fun. Okay, so I'm on one of the berms here, and I'm just going to lay the root cutting in a hole there that I dug, cover it back up again. You know, maybe I could do this. Maybe I'll get a better success rate if I did it a bit more meticulously, a bit more intentionally. But who's got time for that? So, you know, let's see if a black locust pops up there. And even if it doesn't, as I said, I'm going to plant a bunch more of these cuttings. I'm going to plant more than I need, because I can always cut them back, and that's what they're there for anyway, for chop and drop. So, well, we'll come back here if anything happens this year, because, you know, we're getting into rainy season. There's time still for things to make a head start this year before winter, before the frost. So maybe we'll see something happening this year. But if not, I hope next spring we start to see some activity here.